I asked Wendy this earlier, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on someone. The niche that I'm in is Christian hip hop. You know what I mean, or faith-based hip hop, whatever you want to call it. As someone that you have a degree of familiarity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Christian faith-based space from a marketing standpoint? Like, what advice do you have for Christians in hip hop? Because it can be a tightrope to walk, you know what I'm saying? And it could be a very interesting game to play, even with the comment I left on your Chance the Rapper video, you know what I mean? Where you basically were like, it was incongruent to his brand.
Right.
You know, and I was just like, I just didn't think he had any oversight on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was too many songs and it was terribly mixed. Which we're going to interview my man AJ after this. We're going to talk about mixing, how important that is. So I just thought that it wasn't that his content was positive, too positive. But it was just that maybe it was a little bit fast of a change, you know? I don't even think it's that, but I just think he was poorly executed. So anyway, I say all that to say, like, what are your, and you guys should go watch his video on Chance the Rapper. It's really good. What are your thoughts about just the Christian hip hop space and kind of, you know, you're familiar with Chance, you're familiar with Lecrae, familiar with kind of what I'm doing. What do you think?
Yeah, so one, I want to start by saying I definitely acknowledge the music part as well. Now it's both.
It was just poorly executed.
It's both. It's both. But his brand as a whole has been experiencing some incongruency. Okay. That was more the point of that video. Yeah. But as far as Christian hip hop, man, I am completely with what Wendy said. That's something I already tell Christian artists. The principles are the same, and people relate to those principles. And the reality is, people will love something that they hate and hate something that they love based on how you present it to them. It's all packaging, and Christianity is a package that isn't receptive to a lot of people, even if they like what's in the box.
That's good because of how it's packaged, or because of what it's associated with. Meaning, when someone says Christian rapper, right, a lot of people are like, ugh, that's corny, that's cheesy.
All
right?
that's packaging
because of the history with it, right? So you're saying be a Christian rapper, but maybe don't package it as Christian rap. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Like, don't attach some of those labels to it, because that's a whole conversation.
That's why NF was fighting it so much, right? That label, right? Because when you lead with that, you're automatically turning off people, and you're literally molding how they perceive people. Headlines and newspapers, people perceive that everything and every information after that based on that. They literally, you will get people to pay attention to certain points of articles based on headlines and miss other things, and then you change the headline. It's been shown that people will pay attention to other things, right? And that's why people like Apple, right, who were innovated in their packaging, you know, it's kind of cool. It's more premium when you open the products, and it feels like an experience. Yes, because all of that stuff matters.
That's good. The second onion, right? You peel away the layers. We did a show in Dallas yesterday at the Nasher Sculpture Center, and it was super dope, and it was outdoor. It was like 100 degrees. It was gross. It was outdoors. And we didn't go in there as the Christian hip hop rapper guys. Like, we just went in there to do hip hop. It was hip hop night, and there's a lot of people, and it was super dope. And so I'm pretty open in my music, as well as Paul Russell is, about like my faith. I don't make like Jesus anthem, turn up Jesus. Like, I don't make records like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's pretty clear what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the night, I still would have people come up to me and be like, hey, like, are you a Christian? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you guys like a Christian band? And I'm like, I'm a Christian and I'm in a band, so sure, like whatever, you know, like like the label doesn't matter to me. But to your point, I've never led with that. But in a way, that's hurt, because the Christian consumer wants a very neat package that says this is safe, this is Christian, this is not secular. But if you're saying I'm not a Christian rapper, but I'm a Christian, that gets confusing. We did an article with Huffington Post, and it was like Dream Junkies dope Christian band, but don't call them Christian rappers. Literally with the art. And that was like a side off the record comment where we were like, can you just please not call this Christian rap? And that was what they led with.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I freaking hate you guys. This is like our biggest press we've gotten, Huffington Post. Like, oh my gosh. But like, what do you think about like that nuance? I know that's nuance, and I know that's kind of complicated, but like, what do you think about that? If I'm saying I'm a Christian and I love Jesus, and you're gonna hear that in my music, but I'm not going to put that in my bio. I'm not going to put that on my freaking website. I don't want to lead with that at shows. And then the Christian consumer saying, well, you're not Christian enough for us.
Well, a lot of that is nuance and just people being people, creating energy where it doesn't, because it shouldn't matter. I'll start with that, right? Because one, there are a lot of Christians that love secular music.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's be real about that, right? Yeah. So you don't even have to use that label, but for some reason, people who take certain routes and promo and start with certain crowds, let's just say you're starting with the church circuit and things like that, you get those expectations on you.
Yeah.
Because it's, once again, it's kind of the packaging, just how we talk about reputation precedes you. If you're starting in that environment, those people want to see you in that box and those rules and the things that are there. But those same people would like you over here without that, right? And they would still appreciate those elements for you. So really, it's where you place yourself, the placement, and what's around you. Like if you're at these type of concerts and you choose certain type of events over trying to build yourself in another side of things, right? Then people are automatically going to perceive you based on what they're experiencing around. So that's one part of it. And then, I don't know, even from a Christian perspective, right? Christianity did not exist before Jesus Christ walked the earth, right? So the message that Jesus was preaching was not a Christian message. It was from him, right? But it wasn't a message so much about follow him specifically. It was about those principles that he believed in, right? And as long as you're focusing on that, like, you know, he wasn't the one who created that label, so you are still doing your work by sharing that message, not worrying about the label. The people are the ones in that world that are pushing that on you.
That's dope. It almost sounds like you're saying market to Christians who like hip hop, but don't necessarily market to Christian hip hop fans, because then you have to then be attached to those expectations.
Exactly, and those Christian
that's such a hold on that. Like, we got to sit there for a second, because that's such an epiphany to me that there are Christians who go to church and love Jesus, but they actually listen to non-Christian music.
Plenty.
And if they discovered you as a non-Christian rapper who is a Christian and makes hip hop music, that could actually win them over. And I think there's two examples of that. Is Toby. I don't know if you're familiar with Toby.
Nwegwe or something like that.
His last name right. I just stopped.
Dope.
Super dope.
I'm surprised I even tried to say his last name.
Yeah. You say it better than I do. I just sound like
he's so dope.
Yeah. So Toby is one example, and then from the pop example is John Bellion. Or Bill, I always say his last name wrong too. Bellion. Anyway, John Bellion, who is a pop artist, but is unapologetically Christian and has a huge Christian base of Christian rap fans who don't care that he uses profanity or colors outside of whatever line that they don't want their Christian rappers to color outside of. So that's gold right there. Yeah. You can keep going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Toby does that so well, man, that I didn't even know he was a Christian, or like that was, there's so many artists that are Christian, but I didn't even know that was something that he shared openly or that was a part of his brand until really being told. And then I started to notice some stuff and see certain content afterwards. But yeah, man, that's really a huge part of it, man. You have to realize that people are setting molds and you don't have to go by those molds. Those molds, most of these molds, man, they're built by marketers, not artists. Right? Like the whole neo soul thing, right? That's a better way to package these artists. They benefited from that mold, even though they might, not associate themselves. But it makes it easier to give something to consume, right? And because one, of course, it helps you differentiate, but it also helps people label just the way the human mind works.
Yep.
We have to organize and judge things. So now that we know what to call it, we can identify with it, right? And when we identify with it, we can wave the flag, tell people I love this and all that kind of stuff.
So my thought goes, I wonder who's actually benefiting from the Christian rapper label, the Christian hip hop community, or the CCM white evangelical churches and soccer moms that want to give their kids something safe to play. That's where my mind goes. And I don't think the Christian hip hop community benefits from the Christian rapper label. I think people, I don't say are appropriating that community, but they are, the CCM, like, you know what I mean? So
Right.
Man,
Interesting.
That was really enlightening, bro. All right. I gotta think. I'm processing a lot. Sorry, man. I'm about to join the BrandMan Network, yo. For real. That was good.
Wait. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck. Go wear a collar if it goes with the burgundy kids, and tell your father that your night out wasn't the best from what I see via text. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck.